Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Convo. Today we'll be discussing part 3 of the future Goku Black Saga. Destruction! Part 3, Vic. Thank you guys for checking back on us and keeping with us. We're now at part 3 of what we call part 3 of probably one of the longest sagas of Dragon Ball Super so far.
Yeah.
So what we'll be discussing is episodes 56 to 59. We're going to stop there just so we can continue. There'll be a part 4 and a part 5. But what we're talking about now is part 3. So where we last left off, Trunks, Vegeta, and Goku left with the help of Mai
And
Yajirobe. So they go back and they see that, we see the underground base. We see pretty much who's left in the city, how bad, the city has been destroyed and who's left. And we see, Goku Black again, future Goku Black, which, so far has been a crazy character, because just when you thought, this character was kind of powerful and what would be his next level, this is our first introduction of Super Saiyan Rose. What do you think about the introduction of Super Saiyan Rose, which I guess technically is God mode?
Well, technically, it's not really God mode. I think it's just another Super Saiyan level type. Like they hasn't really explained it.
Yeah.
He's calling it Rose, but it's like another power level up from what he has.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. What I felt like what that should have been, Rose, should have been what you would call Super Saiyan 4. Because think about it. If you took a yellow hair Super Saiyan 3 and you combine it with Super Saiyan God, which was the red hair, you would have the pink hair, which would be Rose. And that should have been like the level that Goku, like I felt Vegeta should have been at before actually claiming God, but they should have been at. Like maybe you could call Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah.
Or Super Saiyan 5, Yeah. I thought that was interesting. They went with that color, and I was like, well, that's a combination between gold hair and God mode combined and stuff. So I thought that was interesting. I like, well, that would have been a good concept idea for either like Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan 5.
Yeah. And it was a great fight. You seen him going into Rose and pretty much beating the crap out of Vegeta and Goku. It was one of those things that...
Well, more so Vegeta. Like him and Goku
Vegeta,
were pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
Then he does start getting the better of Goku. And then you get the appearance of Zamatsu.
Yeah, so that was the big reveal, because the whole time, you're thinking, where is Zamatsu in all this, or what is his place? And then all of a sudden you see Zamatsu and Goku Black. It's like, oh shit. And the fact that they're a team, and if this was WWE, that would be like the craziest tag team right there. Like Zamatsu and Goku Black. They barely made it out of there alive. That could have been the end. It's crazy how Zamatsu just grabs them and is like, all this crazy shit. Like, yeah, you're gonna die now. This is your grave. So it was interesting to see that kind of. I think for the first time, I felt like Goku and Vegeta could have actually died. Now they didn't, but up until this point, and it says a lot about this saga. I've never really was afraid of losing these characters, because they were so overpowered that I never felt like Vegeta was gonna die. I never had a point where I was like, oh, Goku might die. But this was the first time, especially in this first encounter, where I actually thought that they were gonna kill them off. I was like, oh my god, this is it. They're gonna kill off Vegeta and Goku and leave it to the rest of the Z Warriors to figure this out. Now they didn't, but the fact that these characters are that good is what I love about this saga so far, is that it doesn't seem like this is a throwaway villain, or a villain that you can just finish off in like 2-3 episodes like it's been so far, even with Golden Frieza, even with even Beerus. Like everything's been very short. It's been like 10 episodes or less. You kind of have a gauge of where it's going to finish off. This is like, I don't know how far this is going to go, and the more it goes on, the crazier it is. But what did you think about... I know Trunks had a new level.
He definitely he powered up and stuff. His pep talk for Vegeta pushed him. A new enemy pushed him to the limits. Got him to that point where he powered up. I'm not exactly sure you know, because he looks like he's still at Super Saiyan level 2, but
Yeah.
he's definitely strong enough to fight these guys who are on a god level.
Mm-hmm.
So he's definitely not a Super Saiyan 2 anymore, but he still like looks like he has the appearance of one.
Yeah.
Um, which would be like the same thing of like Goku looking like when he was a Super Saiyan fighting Beerus and stuff after he lost God mode and stuff. Like he still was even actually stronger than God mode.
Yeah.
So I figured like Trunks was able to tap into some like crazy power without actually being a Super Saiyan God. So I thought that was interesting, like, you know, the fact that it's really three of them versus two of them, which is like a first in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, you're right.
Because normally it's like one on one and nobody else could like be a factor.
Yeah.
But this is the first time where they actually have the numbers on their side,
And they
and
still
and they still can't beat them. I'm like they've always had like look, they had numbers on Cell and stuff, and Frieza, but those are always one on one fights. This
Yeah.
is like team battles, kind of like, you know, and they still like are getting outclassed because you got Zamatsu, who's like a truly an immortal, who's like I wouldn't say he's calling it like immortality, but it's more like he's like indestructible.
Right.
He has some crazy advanced healing factor or indestructible form to himself. Then you got pretty much they're fighting a Saiyan, you know, a Saiyan,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just really hard villains to fight. I mean, a Kaio, the strongest Kaio, and the strongest Saiyan right now, and they're proving to be like more than a match for these guys, which is very surprising. That once again they're taking like Vegeta as Super Saiyan form and really smoking them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was the one thing I didn't kind of like. It was like they pretty much smoked Vegeta when Vegeta was trying to fight, and Goku was the one that gave him a little bit more of a fight. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see what they're gonna do with Goku Black, because it's like, is he a copy? You know, is he Goku? You know, what happened? But the fact that you're right, they are now fighting another Saiyan who's, I mean, super powerful, is interesting, and the fact that they got defeated. I mean, that was the other thing too. You know, they got defeated. They barely survived again. Went back with the help of Yajirobe and Maya. It's funny that Yajirobe is alive in this future. And he has like the beard, and he just looks, you know, you need some type of comic relief in the future, so it's a good thing that he's still alive. So yeah, so they go back, and you know, they're kind of licking their wounds. I mean, Goku was, you know, really, Goku and Vegeta really hurt. So what did you think about pretty much? I kind of like. Well, I'll word it this way. I kind of like that they still gave you a reason why Zamatsu would not like Goku, and it was the fact that he saw that Gowasu was looking at the fight and seeing the power of Goku fighting,
Yeah,
and seeing like and being interested in all of this stuff, and really a hatred building for Goku.
I mean, he's like, you know, for him, he considers himself, you know, a god, which he is. You know what I'm saying? Kaio's are above like mere mortals and stuff, and the fact that this mere mortal has tapped into god power. Not only did he beat him,
Yeah.
but now he's actually held back a lot. Like he realized that, like, oh shit, like
He could
this
have
guy
won.
can access the power of a god.
Yep.
You know, and you know, so this it got him really intrigued. You know, to a point where now he's starting to like ask questions. It's like now whatever idea he had in his mind is like made up at this point. You
Yeah.
know, like no, this guy has to go. Like all of them have to go. Like you know, like
And he's afraid of mortals to begin. Well, he hates mortals to begin with, and now he sees this mortal being a god. He's like, oh no! I got to stop this. This is insane that this guy is stronger than me, and he's a lower class. Like that's how it's crazy. That's how Zamatsu is. Is like it's really about him taking the title of God so seriously that anybody that's not a god to him at this point is like, you shouldn't be alive because you're not perfect like I am. And he has this very, it's funny, the god complex. He literally has a god complex. But yeah, it was just interesting to see him then ask about the Super Dragon Balls, and you know, which leads to him going to Zuno.
Zuno.
And that was crazy because that's like that was, to me, that was the ultimate turn for villain, because up until that point it was all like kind of jealousy, hatred. But the fact that when he got there and you see that scene where he kicks the guy at the entrance and he's about to cut Zuno off, he's like, tell me everything about the Super Dragon Balls and about Goku, is like, oh, this dude, that's it. This is the change. This is how we see him become this villain. And I love that about it. I love that they're paralleling the story of, because usually we get monsters, right? Usually we get like, Cell. He's just a monster that's created to kill the Saiyans, or Frieza. He's usually a monster that wants to kill everybody. This is like the one person who kind of started off with a good intention, and now we're seeing the road to him being like.
This is the first villain that they actually created, because mind you, Goku created this villain.
Yeah.
His need to battle him.
Yeah.
Had he never fought him,
he would have never battled.
Like he could have came in there and talked to him, however, and maybe Gamatsu could have went ahead and steered him in the right direction, possibly.
Yeah.
Goku actually created this person.
Mm-hmm.
He puts he disrespects him with his mouth. He disrespects him by putting his hands on him. Then now he's disrespecting him by channeling to the power of a god. And he really hates mortals, and now he has a reason to fear them. So he created this villain, which is interesting because Gamatsu showed him that clip not as a way to get him scared, just get him to realize, listen, you think mortals are here, but they're really here. Like they either equal to us, or if not, could be even more superior. You know what I'm saying? So don't sleep on them. And this was he wasn't showing him this so he could fuel his anger more. It just a way for him to just be cautious in the future
or appreciate them.
Yeah. Like look, they're on par with us and stuff. I never thought a mortal would be able to fight the god of destruction, and he fights him to a standstill. These guys are are to be admired at the end of the day. So because they're not, because mind you, Goku was not given anything. He earned everything.
Yeah.
This guy was born strong. Yes, he is getting stronger with training and stuff, but he was also born strong as a god.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, like when it comes to how his outlook is from all this. I mean, at the end of the day, Zamatsu's my favorite villain right now. I mean, I can't think of any villain, even in Dragon Ball Z, that's better than him. Because I heard rumor they were going to bring back Cell, and I said, nah, I think this is what they had the idea. We'll take the idea of Cell, and we'll put it, as far as being we'll have it be like a whole new villain completely. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting and stuff. Like he has the fighting spirit of a Saiyan. Mm-hmm. But he has the arrogance of a Kaio, as a god. So it's just really interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I remember we were talking about this off camera, but it's just Cell was always my favorite kind of villain in Dragon Ball Z. And then to see a character that not only uses those kind of personality traits, but now in a different twist where he's a Kaio, it's like, wow. And the fact that we're seeing his journey to becoming a big time villain is amazing. And the fact that we learn more through Beerus and Supreme Kaio and Whis when they come to visit them, because we're left off where he's talking to Zuno, but then we start realizing what he's doing, and the fact that they figure out, oh, he's using the time rings. He used the time ring, he wished to be immortal. And then he wished, at least for now, the theory is that he probably wished for a copy of Goku. Yes. But, the fact that, we're seeing, it's kind of funny because we're kind of seeing the journey of him becoming the villain. And then when we go to the future, we see him as the villain after all of this time has passed. So it's crazy to see, both sides of that.
I mean, the storyline with him reminds me so much of one of the storylines I liked in Naruto with Itachi and Sasuke, where you see Itachi becoming this villain and stuff, or at least what we think he's becoming a villain and stuff, because they're showing it in that aspect.
Spoiler alert for Naruto fans, now.
But he just reminds me so much of Itachi and stuff. Saying he's just kind of disgusted with the Uchiha clan, and this guy's disgusted with all humanity and stuff. Yeah, and it kind of really shapes these characters and stuff, and fuels them to do what they do. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just brilliant writing, man. I think this is by far, like I said, my favorite of the Dragon Ball Super series. Yeah, and it's becoming my favorite of the Dragon Ball period series. Yeah.
So they they start figuring out. It's so funny. There's two funny scenes that every episode of ours.
Oh, there was a lot of funny scenes. I don't think there was
But my two that stand out. The two that stand out is the fact that Goku forgot the sensu beans in the bathroom. That was hilarious. They're like, "You didn't bring the sensu beans." He's like, "What? I thought. Oh, I left them in the bathroom. Oh yeah. Oh well." I was like, "What? How? Why would you do that?" And the second one was when Goku was smart for once, and everybody's just shocked because he's like, "Oh yeah, I figured it out. He probably made a copy or did that." And they're like,
Yeah, I mean with the Super Dragon Balls.
Yeah,
That's
with
what
the
he
Super
said.
Dragon Balls.
They were, and I, like Bulma's funny. She takes a jab at him. She was like, "Wow, you can actually use your head for something other than fighting. That's crazy."
Everybody clapped. Everybody's like, "Oh wow, yeah!" It's like a little kid. They're like, "Good for you, Goku! Wow." Um, but that's always, they always have those funny moments. But it's so crazy because then you have that funny moment, but then it goes right back into them confronting Zamatsu.
And you know this conversation's not gonna go good because you got them all there, and Beerus was at that point anyway. He was thinking about killing him. He had to confirm stuff, which is the craziest thing. Like he was like he still has to abide by the rules.
Yeah.
Like of a god. Like he just can't just kill another Kaio.
Yep.
So it's interesting how they're asking them questions and stuff. And, where you been? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? Okay, and they were just really. Not so much like what they were trying to get information on is like with the questions. They were really trying to gauge his aura, which is interesting.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that aspect, that he's the god of destruction, so he's able to feel
him and
ill
Whis,
intentions.
they were like feeling like, oh, he has murder intent.
Yeah.
So we'll just play it off like we're gonna leave and stuff, and
it's like it became like a crime drama where they're like, we're just gonna set the trap, we're gonna let him play it out, and then we'll catch him red-handed. And that's how it played out, where they're just watching. They're like, wait for it.
Goku's like, he's gonna kill him. They were like,
let it happen. And he kills him. And then Whis does the 3-minute stop, rewind. And that's all they needed. He was like, all right, I got the evidence. We know he was going to kill him. And when they come back and they put the oven mitt on him, and Zamatsu's like, he's freaked out. He's like, what? How did you guys, what? But he's so evil. He's so like this is what I loved about Zamatsu, is that even when the god of destruction, the mortal who pretty much is a god, and Whis is there, he's still like, all right, you guys figured it out, but that's still not going to stop me from my plans. It's like, that's how egotistical this guy is that he just thinks he's so superior than everybody that he's about to attack the god of destruction, and he's just like, what's wrong with you?
Well, actually, he was about to attack Goku.
Oh, Goku, yeah.
And then this dude just comes and palms his hands, and he was like, "Stop being like." I forgot what he said. He says, "Don't be too cocky."
Yeah.
And stuff, and he just puts his hand up to his face, and and he palms him. And he's like, destruction, and you just see this dude just like he screams as he's being like erased from like history and stuff.
Oh my god.
That,
and again, it just goes to show the power of Beerus, where it's just like he has that power. He's just like, yep, okay, now you're gone.
Well, he had the power with him. Like if he would have fought Zamasu in the future with that power,
it would be different. Yeah.
Yeah, because like it's like Frieza blowing up Krillin with one shot, because the power difference is such, like, it's just a vast difference and stuff. I mean, or like Cell dropping Krillin just by touching him and stuff. It's just a power difference.
Yeah. If
he would have fought him, it would never went like that. It would have been a fight.
It would have been a fight. Yeah.
But we're talking about a guy who's probably on a Super Saiyan 3 level, which is powerful.
But a god.
But versus this guy, who's the god of destruction, like he's just way above a Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah. And it's so crazy again to see that, that power, and the way this will end it with 59 is that, there's a little hint of what Beerus believes, that everything is kind of A-okay, but we'll get into that in the next episode. But another standout thing that I like, and we'll end on this, is the fact that you kind of see Trunks giving himself a pep talk in this episode, and I kind of like that because.
Well, because you gotta remember, it's just himself he sees, and he
looks up to himself. Yeah, that's the craziest part. Is like, if you were to look at yourself, if you were a little kid and you see yourself that badass, it's like you're looking at yourself as like a mentor.
Yeah, I mean, don't you think like when you were little, like when we all have like these dreams of what we're gonna be, and when we're little, we think we're gonna be these people, like these guys and stuff. Like, I'm gonna have like the best car, best house, like 1 million women or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yada yada.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the guy playing football. I'm gonna be the guy, fighting UFC. I'm gonna be the guys on the silver screen. I'm gonna be this, like, and he sees himself as being like this. Somebody's probably even gonna be stronger or as strong as his father. Like he's gonna be the guy who's in God mode. And now when he sees that he's not quite there,
and he's like defeated in a way, or he's just kind of sad. He's like, nah, this is you can't be like I can't be like that. So it was interesting to see that pep talk and see them kind of feed off of each other, where I like this little Trunks. I like that he's more action. He's more like, come on, let's
Yeah.
do this. I love the comical Trunks. Don't get me wrong, but I like that he's gaining something from Future Trunks because Future Trunks is badass. Like if we look at, I know GT doesn't count, but you can see the difference between when you have a badass Trunks and you have a.
Well, he's already been badass so far.
Yeah.
Like I said, with that new like Saiyan level that he hit and stuff, being able to fight. Like even though he couldn't beat Zamasu or Black, he was able to actually put up a better fight than Vegeta in God mode.
Yeah.
And like he's there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, Trunks doesn't really know it, but Trunks knows he could become better in this.
And it's really his story too.
Yeah.
It's like we talk about Zamatsu, we talk about Black, but this really is all brought upon by Future Trunks, and so he's really, you know, a character that they brought back, and I like, and you kind of see why they brought him back because
I mean, the ones they highlight in the beginning of the thing was Trunks, Mai, Black, and Zamatsu. those I mean, those are the big four, you know, and it's really about them. You know what I'm saying?
And I like that he has the fighting spirit back. I like that Little Trunks gave him that. He even said it. He's like, you know what? I never thought I'd get pep talk from little me, but thank you. He's like, I needed that. So
you know what it remind me of? Family Guy. Stewie meets Future Stewie.
Oh, yeah.
You know? He's like, wait a second, wait.
This is what I become? No. It's like, why are you crying? Why is it? Yeah, it's like totally like that.
Little Stewie seeing Big Stewie, like he thinks he's gonna be like this guy and stuff, and he's like, oh shit.
It's like, why did I become this? But yeah, it's totally that moment, and it's totally a great kind of punch to be like, hey, dude, you know, be the great future saying that you, when you came back, everybody was looking at you like, oh man, you defeated Frieza, like this guy is legit. So I can't wait to see what happens in the next couple of episodes. But that's where we'll leave it off at this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what your favorite part of these couple of episodes were. Let us know what you think of Zamatsu. Is he your favorite villain? Do you have another favorite villain? Let us know. Also, you can find us at Twitter at @combo_convo. And as always, we'll see you next time.